Hello students, in this question we have been given that let S is equal to 0 to 1 union 1 to 2 union 3 to 4 and another set T has been given which has the elements as 0, 1, 2 and 3. Then which of the following statements is or are correct? The first statement says that there are infinitely many functions possible from S to T. There will be infinitely many strictly increasing functions that will be possible from S to T. The number of continuous functions from S to T is at most 120. And the last one says at every continuous function from S to T will be a differentiable function. Now we need to see all the options one by one. So first of all, if I am going to see the total number of functions that will be possible from S to T will be. Now in case of S, if I am going to see, so it will be containing total infinite elements. And from the infinite elements that will be present in set S, so let's call this as 0, 1 and till here we are getting 1 and so on, we are getting the elements. And over here if I'm going to see another set that has been given as T that contains the elements as 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now if I'm going to map the elements of set S with F, if I'm going to map the elements of set S to T, then we can see that for each element in set S we are getting one image over here, one image over here, one image over here and so on. Since there are total infinite elements in set S, then we can see that the total number of functions possible that will come out to be equal to infinity, and hence the first option should be correct. The next statement says that there are totally infinitely many strictly increasing functions possible from S to T. Now if I look at the numbers that has been mentioned over here, so this is x-axis and this is our y-axis. Now set S will be over here, so this is 0 to 1, so all the elements from here to here, so this is the part. Now we have 1 to 2, so 1 to 2, this is the part which we are getting, and the next one is from 3 to 4, so this is the part where we are getting, and the images that we can take it as, that is 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now if I am going to map the functions from S to T, then we can see that strictly increasing part that won't be possible, as we can see if the elements from 0 to 1, they can take total 4 elements out of the given element, that is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And if let's say 0 to 1, we are giving the image as 1, then from here to here, the function will be somewhat like this. And in this case, the function is coming out to be a constant function, and hence we can say that the total number of strictly functions that is going to from S to T, that won't be possible. Therefore the second statement will be a incorrect statement. Now if I'm moving to the third statement, that it says the number of continuous functions from S to T will be at most 120. So the continuous functions, if I'm going to see, that we can see that from 0 to 1 there will be total 4 possibilities, that is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. From 1 to 2 we are again getting 4 of the possibilities, and from 3 to 4 there we are getting total 4 possibilities. And in this case, that out of the 4, if I'm taking, let's say function f of x that we are defining from 0 to 1, then let's say we are taking the image as 1. So from 0 to 1 this function will be a continuous function, and we are not going to talk about the point 0 and 1 since they are not in the domain of the function. In a similar way, like from 1 to 2, let's say we are taking the image as 2. So 1 to 2 the function image will be having equal to 2. Therefore the function will be again continuous in this interval, and over here if I'm taking 3 as the image from 3 to 4, then the function will again be continuous in this interval. So we can see that the total number of functions that will be continuous over this interval, that will be 4 into 4 into 4, that is 4 possibilities for 0 to 1, 4 possibilities from 1 to 2 and 4 possibilities for 3 to 4. So total answer should be equal to 4 cube, and so that will come out to be equal to 64, and hence there will be total 64 continuous functions that will be available. And the statement they said the number of continuous functions from S to T will be at most 120, so this is also the correct statement. Now moving on to the last statement, that every continuous function from S to T will be differentiable. So if I look at it, this is a constant function, again this is a constant function, and this is a constant functions for a given interval. Therefore we can see that the function whatever we are taken as a continuous function will also becomes a differentiable function, and hence the fourth statement should also be correct. Therefore the correct answer for this question will be option 1, 3 and 4. Let's verify. Yes, 1, 3 and 4 are the correct answers. Thank you.